computer. All right. Well, we can give it a minute more if you like, to see if anyone else is here, because we're spread out everywhere from England clear down to New Zealand. So a lot of times we have people sign up that they're going to be here, but they're really signing up so that they get the replay. So, so I don't know if everybody wants to introduce themselves since we're a small group right here, or Lisa, you can go right ahead and tell us all about yourself.
Oh, let's have everyone introduce themselves real quick, just to know what they do. Okay.
Well, Erica, I have just finished reading your latest novel. I'm so excited about that one. It's not a subgenre that I usually read, but it was so wonderful.
Thank you so much. Yes, today was the cover review, and I'm publishing in 2 weeks, so I'm very excited about it too. And this class probably be perfect for me since I haven't published in over 2 years, and ads is not my forte, even though I have a degree in marketing, but book world is a completely different beast. So I'm excited. So I'm Erica. I write contemporary romance, and my last book is also a new niche for me. It's a romantic thriller with some paranormal elements. So that's new for me as well.
So if you guys could tell me, like, spice wise, where, like, are you somewhat?
Mine is spicy, yeah.
Spicy, okay.
On a scale of 1 to 5, I consider myself a 3. But then I don't know. I haven't ever asked anybody what they consider. It might be a little bit spicier than that, but I don't get into a lot of.
I think mine would be a 3 too. Paula, you read this, so what do you think? A 3?
I think so.
All right, that's what I would think.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, because there's you know, graphics, but some people have the graphics way off the chart, and I'm not off the chart.
Yeah.
And I don't think you were off the chart either.
This is true.
Yeah. So, yeah. Well, we were introducing ourselves, so if anybody wants to unmute and introduce themselves, that would be great. I think Vicky's already unmuted. Lolo,
yep.
Is that? Okay.
I'll go. Okay, so yeah, I'm Vicky. I'm in Sydney, and I am a relatively new writer. I'm getting myself a little bit of a backlist together for publishing next year. So I'm working very hard to have enough material. I write contemporary fiction, kind of on the rom-com side of things. I like to get a lot of humor in, and I think heat level probably 3 to 4. I do tend to write a bit of a slow burn, but once I get to that important point, it's a bit more of a big bang, should we say? So.
That's a good way to put it.
Lolo, you want to introduce yourself?
Oh yes, hi. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm Lolo Page, and I'm tuning in from Eagle River, Alaska, where it's nonstop rain. We've all turned into ducks, and we're quacking up here. And yeah, I'm here to learn about whatever I can.
How many books have you published, and like, what is the spice level?
I've published firefighter romances, 2 so far, working on the 3rd with a medium spice level. Okay. Not real graphic and not clean and wholesome, just kind of right there in the middle.
The undefined middle that no one knows exactly what to call.
Yeah, the saggy weird middle where you know what's going on, but I'm not. I use I don't know. I use a lot of metaphor, and I don't know.
It's not fade to black, but it's fade to gray, almost, more like.
Yeah, more or less. And then I wrote an assassin novel, which I'm not sure how that's going to go. So I kind of stepped out of my lane there. Still in romance, but still. And I collaborated with a group of authors on that, and it was really a lot of fun. I mean, we really had a lot of fun doing that. It's a series. You know, we're doing a rapid release once a month.
Cool.
And then I signed with Wild Rose Press to do a couple of romantic comedies. So I'm doing that. And I think that's where my sweet spot is. I really like doing those.
Fun. All right.
Yeah. So that's
the reason why is it really helps me to kind of see where you guys are on your author journey to know, like, I mean, TikTok is TikTok to some extent, but like it's also its own little beast or big beast.
And I've never been on TikTok, so I know nothing about it. I have one friend who regularly posts on there.
Mhm.
And I see a few of her videos that she puts over onto Facebook, but other than that, I know nothing about TikTok.
So
other than
if you
everybody
see
says you
Facebook
should be there.
Reels, Instagram Reels, most of those are repurposed TikToks that people put on.
I've never been there either.
Okay. Well, I mean, just being on Facebook, if you see any of the short form videos, those are the Reels. So
Okay.
like the funny videos that are everyone is pushing short form videos right now. So you have Facebook and Instagram have their Reels. YouTube has YouTube Shorts. Twitter has its own thing. I don't remember what it's called. Pinterest has a form of short-term video. I even think LinkedIn does. Like every single platform right now is trying to compete with TikTok. TikTok, a couple months ago, beat everyone out for the number of users per month.
Oh.
So it is growing like crazy right now. And so, who here has a TikTok account?
I do, but I don't post
Okay,
anything
that's
yet.
fine. So,
I
but you know
do.
what? All right. So all three of you have accounts. How many people well, I know you don't, Paula, but it's the other three. How many people are following you on your accounts?
I have about 1,300, 1,350, something like that.
That's good. How long have you been working at it?
Okay, this is my second one. The first one I had a little more, but that's when I first started and I had no idea what I was doing. So I was following a whole lot of stuff that was not book talk.
Yes.
And I was advised to do one or two things, clean up or start a new one. So I started a new one. And the new one is maybe 4 or 5 months old. The old one is about a year old. So what I've been doing is recycling old videos and get the watermark off it and then post to my new TikTok. I have them both open, but the new one is the only one active right now.
I see. Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah. I have 350 followers and I've been doing it for 2 weeks and but I'll tell you, the thing is you've got to do it every day.
Every day.
No, you don't. No,
Okay,
you
good
don't.
to know.
You don't have to do it every day. Like
But
that
I-
is
But
one
I
of the-
do those hashtags that they tell you to do,
You don't
and I
have to
just
do
can't get the followers, the readers. I'm trying to get the readers. I mean, I've got the
Okay.
authors.
Yeah, that's the problem with TikTok is it wants to put you in a like what you are. It wants you to be in an echo chamber of those same people.
Mm.
So like if you are an author, it's going to try and push your content to other authors. Authors are great. They are one of the best communities on TikTok, honestly.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you a question. With what you just said, I have earlier this year, I taught a class on writing romance. So if TikTok puts you in with other authors, that would obviously be the group that I would be wanting to market to. Am I understanding that right?
So you are unique because you do want to market to other authors. And TikTok is going to be incredibly easy for you to do that. The vast majority of authors out there are not trying to market to other authors. Right. And the problem is too, is if you want, you kind of need to do one or the other. Like it will be very hard for you to market to readers and to authors. So what is more important to you? Or do you want 2 accounts? Because, and then that gets a little muddied in the water because you've got such an overlap there. There are a lot. Okay, so I'm going to start by saying anyone who has an account older than 3 months, what you saw before you joined TikTok is not the TikTok of today.
Wow.
In June, July time, TikTok completely changed. It went from being a entertainment based platform to a interest-based SEO type platform. So like think YouTube, right? People don't go to YouTube to connect with their friends. They go to YouTube to find out information. TikTok wants to be YouTube, but they want to throw more of a social part to it. So it's an interesting dichotomy, and you have to think about it like everything is just, it's not like Facebook, it's not like Instagram, it's not, you're not gonna, so like on Instagram, right? Like Paula, if you have someone who starts liking all your content, right? They're gonna see all your content.
Oh,
Even if you go post about like something random, right? They're gonna see that. They're gonna see all the content because they're interacting with your content. TikTok is more interest-based. So like, let's say you're always posting about your romance books, and then you suddenly post, like one person was talking about how she's gotten into equestrian TikTok because she writes horse novels.
oh, that would
And-
make sense.
But those are not the people that want to read.
Yeah, they're not necessarily romance readers.
Like those aren't readers. But because she was posting so much about horses, now that's where she's at. And so she has authors and she has equestrians. And that is it. That is all she gets. And she doesn't have her readers. Every post needs to be like, TikTok is like, you don't have to use hashtags, honestly, unless it's not very clear of who you want to reach. TikTok is very smart and also very stupid at the same time.
I thought you had to, I thought it was all about the hashtags, really.
That is an Instagram strategy.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
why I'm
Instagram.
getting so many followers on Instagram. I couldn't figure it out. So I do my TikTok reel and then it goes, we are taking you to Instagram. So Instagram pops up and I'm like, okay, I'll post it. Hashtag, hashtag, hashtag. And then all of a sudden I've got 550 Instagram followers to my 300 TikTok. So I couldn't figure out why.
So, I mean, that's good. If you get followers, like who cares?
I know, but I couldn't figure out why.
So Instagram is connection based. That it is a connection. It was. They are changing that to be interest based more. So it's going to change some eventually because everyone wants to be TikTok right now. Everyone wants, and TikTok wants to be other places. Like there's this one called Be Real that just launched today that the TikTok's trying to be like it, where like randomly through the day, you're supposed to take a picture of you and your surroundings. You have like 3 minutes to do it. I'm like, that is not happening.
No.
I am participating in that. But that was just released today and it's getting rolled out to different accounts. But this is the thing. This is my belief. This is about TikTok. And there is no evidence that posting certain times a day, posting certain types of video, certain numbers of videos, certain hashtags, anything like that does any good. The things that we know work. So, well, Lola, what kind of, you said you have 350 followers. What kind of content do you post?
It's strictly romance. It's strictly romantic suspense, firefighters. And then I did my romantic suspense assassin book. And so far, that's all I'm doing is my fire books and assassin books. And I'm doing the covers. I'm not putting myself on there.
Okay.
I just think it's obnoxious. Every time I screen by, there's somebody's face in there and they're talking a mile a minute and that drives me crazy. Probably because I'm older.
So that's what TikTok wants you to do though.
Yeah, I know.
Talking. Okay. So there's 3 different types of posts you can do for any social media: attraction, connection, and promotion. Those are the 3. You get 3. Attraction is anything that makes someone stop the scroll. So like that's going to be, so all the trending sounds on TikTok, that would be, those right there. The like the Korn song, perfect example, right? Like that has no marketing value at all, except for it's just going wild. And so everyone that jumps on that trend gets views because the song is trending. And if you don't know what the Korn song is, Paula,
I don't.
I don't.
on TikTok for 10 minutes and you're gonna, well, a week ago, you would have heard it everywhere. It's a little boy was interviewed and he just like extolled his love of Korn and someone turned it into a song.
Oh.
And it's just everywhere. So like that is a perfect example of a trending sound. Trending sounds will get you new views because the sound themselves. So today I have two accounts. I have my author marketing account where I help authors with different marketing stuff, mostly TikTok. And then I have another one that I'm working with an author that is website based. So I don't show my face on that one. But I still use the trending sounds with it. So I started that account about 2 weeks ago. Let me tell you how many people there are on it.
So you said that the one you do use your face and the other one you don't?
Correct, because it's not me.
Duh.
Lisa, I know this might be kind of dumb, but I have to ask this. I'm older, obviously, I'm a boomer and I'm writing for younger audiences. And I'm a little bit leery about showing my face to them yet. You know what I mean? It's like, because a lot of my audiences are in their late 20s, in their 30s and 40s. And so I don't know. That's why I'm just doing my book covers so far, because of that reason.
So there are so many authors that do not want to show their face. So many authors for different reasons. Like you are not alone. Some will tell you just to do page flips or just do aesthetics and things like that. And that is fine if you want to do that. This is the power of trending sounds. So I don't show my face, but I have a very short video that is in the same type of it's using a trending sound and it's still got the vibe of what a lot of the trending sounds do. And Thursday, I noticed at 4 p.m. my time, about 3:30, 4 p.m. my time, I noticed that I hit the 300 follower. No, that was Thursday. That was Monday. No, Tuesday. That was Tuesday. So I hit the 300 follower mark this morning, and it was growing. I know how to grow TikTok fast, so I've been working on it. This morning, I don't know what I was at, but I think I was like, I don't know. Tuesday, 4 p.m. Now we are 48 plus hours later. I was at 300. I am now at 641.
And you didn't do anything between then and now?
Oh gosh, no, I did, but I used trending sounds. That was the point I'm making. One trending sound, I have 2,748 views on that one, and I posted it this morning at 5:30 in the morning.
Lisa,
So
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, so you used the sound, but what was the actual content that you put out?
So this one, well, can you see? Yeah, you can see. Okay, so let me start it over. All right, so it's, someone is, oh gosh, that's bright. Nope, not gonna work. So it's basically just a video, like video with text on screen that you use the trending sound with. Either you're lip syncing what it was, but this was that. Oh, here, I can actually turn the volume up. And that's much more. Okay, so. Okay, so what the trend was, the trend is I don't know if you know, Leah Michelle is starting in, she just started doing Broadway for Funny Girl.
Funny girl. Yeah, that's right.
And she's been in the news a lot. And someone created a trending sound with her, with the intro music to that. And it just says, don't, right? And so the trend is going around that it says, when someone tells you something, and then you kind of look like, what? And then you just say, don't. That's the trending. So that's what I did, except I didn't have this person lip syncing because like, it's just a stock video, right? Like, but they just look like uncomfortable and stuff. And then I just had a big X that was like, don't. So it, you know, it was a very easy way to jump on that trend, but it would be so much easier for me because I already have an account where I'm showing my face. So I'm not showing my face on this account. It would be so much easier for me to just grab my phone, do the exact same thing, say don't at the end, and have the exact same words, and people then get a connection to me. So here's the thing about as an author, you are the brand.
Yeah.
Because you're the only thing that's consistent throughout the entire, your colors aren't consistent, your genre might not even be consistent. Sometimes it changes, your characters aren't consistent. Typically, you are the only thing that's consistent from book 1 to book, let's say 70.
So taking a Lola, for example, where she's concerned about how old she looks, and you look very young, my dear.
Filters are
yes,
So she
yeah, they are.
she could take a nice picture of her when she was 30 and use that instead of,
I need that all the time. I use my younger pictures all the time. Everybody thinks I'm really young.
But the thing is like, use the filters. You could have crazy colored hair and all the like pretty filters on, and no one cares.
I was about to say that everybody uses filters. Like I'm 56 myself. I don't like showing my face. I do show my face, but there is a filter, and that filter takes all the wrinkles out. Like my picture, that's a filter.
Yeah,
that I got straight from TikTok. That's a filter.
My Zoom has a filter on it. I'm using that baby right now. Like,
I think I am too, but
you look marvelous, Lisa.
Thank you. I don't need to see the crow's feet I'm almost 45. Like, this is, like, I understand.
I'm laughing up my sleeve at you girls talking about your wrinkles and stuff. I'm going to be 70 in February.
You are.
Wow. Yeah, don't look there, Paula.
No, not at all.
I am. I don't know how that ever happened, but.
So Lisa, I have a question for you. When I'm doing a reel, on top it'll say, pick your song. Can we legally use songs right there on TikTok and put them on our reels? That's not infringement, is it?
Okay, so you're getting into a whole topic. Do you have, with TikTok, do you have a creator account or a business account?
Oh God, I don't know. How do I know that?
If you didn't change it to a business account, you have a creator account.
Okay.
Okay. So a creator account allows you to have access to all the sounds. A business account, you actually can get access to a lot of the sounds. It's just not going to like make it easy for you. There's ways to get around it and stuff, but it's not the same thing. But
which one should I use, Lisa?
I cannot give you that answer.
Oh,
because I can. I mean, I personally think no one's going to come for the authors. Like no one's coming for you.
Well, somebody came after me for a photo on internet. That's why I'm hyper about it.
That's why a lot of people are hyper about it. Eventually, but the thing is with photos on the internet, anyone can go and, okay, we're getting into a whole bunch.
I know. I don't want to get you off topic.
Anyone can go and buy the rights to a photo and then go after everyone who's ever used that photo. Like it's kind of crazy. But with sounds and things like that, there's something called the Fair Use Act where you can have 20 seconds to use a song or something like that.
Oh.
And it doesn't count as copyright infringement unless you're using it for promotion. So if you are buying an ad, do not use anyone else's sounds or anything, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Be careful where they can prove that because they have to prove that like they had damages by you using their sound, right?
Oh, okay.
So I have a business account just because I want to show people they can do it with a business account.
Okay.
Do I feel like you have to have a business account? No, I do not.
Okay.
But I'm kind of like worst case scenario beta testing things.
Yeah.
So the good thing is if you have a professional account, if you have a business account and you have some way to prove that you are a business, so let's say a DBA or an LLC or something like that, then you can get a link and not have to have 1,000 followers first.
Okay.
So that's one of the only real benefit of having a business account.
Okay.
So, but anyway, okay, let's spend about 5 to 10 minutes of asking, like, let you guys ask any questions that you want. And then how long are we going? Is this an hour? I don't even know.
Yeah, an hour, but you
Yeah.
know, we've had some that were shorter and some that were a little longer, so.
Okay. So I want to make sure to get your guys' questions out of the way, because that is like, if you have questions, probably other people do too. Just kind of how it goes.
Okay, I have 2 questions. One, like you start talking about the 3 types of videos in TikTok: attraction,
Yes.
connection, and promotion, you said?
Yes.
Okay, can you talk a little bit more about each one of those? And my second question is about the views. Like I was getting good views and then they just dropped to nothing, and everybody complains about that.
Around June.
Yes.
Yes. That's when it turned from entertainment based to SEO based.
So, and then how you get those views back, which is
No one is getting good views. Like, and this is why I asked like when you started your account, because the account pre-June and the account post-June are 2 different accounts. Like what worked before is not what's working anymore.
It's crazy.
Yeah, and you were not alone. Everyone feels that way. I'm in several Talk for Authors groups, and every single day people go, what do I need to do to get views? And it's just like, no one knows. No one knows for sure. No one knows. So let me go back to your first question and then I'll get to the
Thank you.
part. Okay. So with the 3 types, the first are attraction. These are the things that are going to appeal to the broadest amount of people. So it's like, what this would be is like the trending sounds, the trends, you know, like if you feel comfortable dancing, you don't have to dance, but transitions, certain filters that are popular, that is your attraction things. Some authors are good at doing this creatively in their own genre. So like fantasy, some authors will dress the part of their characters. They will, you know, these are all attraction based. It is entertainment. It is it's the eye candy of your posts, right? It's the things that if you think of it a funnel, it's the top of the funnel. It's what most people are going to come in at. You're going to get the most amount of views on these. I can show you like, so I think I don't even, so right now on this account, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I have 15 posts, right? The great thing about the SEO is as things go along, it used to be like, if you didn't get your views in the first week, let's see, you didn't get views on it. Now, if it's good content, it will continue to get views throughout time. That is the good part of the SEO based. The bad part is like, if you don't know your SEO, then you don't get any views. But like, you know, so the ones that I have that are more of these like trending sound ones, you know, I have one that's like 936 views, another one that's 6, and all of these have been within the past week. Another one that is 629 views, and then I have the one that went semi-viral at 2748. So those are all trending sound short videos. These are the attraction-based ones, right? You're going to get more views. That's just how it is, because they're short, they're entertaining, they're easy to consume, that type of thing. So those are all your attraction-based ones. Then you have your connection-based ones. These are where people are like, oh, they've got some interesting stuff. If you're doing page flips, that's probably this. Like, you know, like it depends on how salesy it is. Like, you know, if it's just kind of a, like you're showing your cover or things like that, that probably is in this. If it's really like, go buy my book, go buy my book, go buy my book, then that is promotional. But, you know, like there's this kind of gray area of people will do aesthetics. These are very like, that is not, they won't even show the book cover and things like that. They just do kind of the aesthetics of my book. To get people interested, that type of thing. Like they're not going to get, most of the time, those are not going to get the number of views, but the people who like it, the people who follow you after that, they know exactly what you do, right? They're coming for you, not to be entertained. Hopefully they're entertained also, but they're coming for you. That's the reason they're coming. So for me, with what I'm doing a lot of like, 12 books that fit this genre, you know, that type of thing. And so they're longer, you know, they're 30 seconds to a minute. And, you know, like they're mildly entertaining, but it's like, you have to want to read those type of things to stick around, right? If you don't, then it will be, oh, I'm going to scroll past that really quick. So it's gonna really, that's how you figure out who your ideal clients are, your ideal readers. Those are the ones that stick around for that. So you should have like 60%, at least 50% of your posts being the attraction. And then probably more like 30% being the connection and 20% promotion. So promotion, like I tend to say, if you show your book cover, that's considered promotion. That's my opinion on the subject. It can go either way. If you're a book talker, that's not the case, right? But if you are the author and you're saying, here's my book, go buy it. It depends on the case, but it gets more promotional in that way. If you say, it is free on Kindle Unlimited, or, you know, or on Kindle or whatever, this week only, or whatever, that is totally promotional. That should be a very small percentage of the time.
So Lisa, on the promotional aspect, is it a good idea if you're doing your 20%, then just show the book cover, or should you put the buy link with it, or leave the buy link?
Oh, do not put the link. That will kill your views. TikTok.
Okay, no links. Okay.
TikTok does not want anyone leaving the platform.
Gotcha.
I have heard, I don't even know if it's true or not. People have said that once they hit 1,000 followers, and as soon as they put their link up, TikTok stopped promoting their stuff near as much.
Wait, you know what? I used the wrong word. If you put the website up where you can buy it, there's a difference, and it's not linked or anything. So leave that off as well.
Yeah, that's the same thing.
Leave it off. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. I will do something like, you know, like if you have a really memorable, I will kind of put it in there. Like it's almost like a hashtag, but it's like, if people have your book title, they can go look you up. Okay. So here's some things you have to do. Your author name needs to be your handle for TikTok. Like you absolutely have to have like, so people can see your handle and then you, so you have your handle and then you also have your name. You need to change both. So it says, you know, Paula Judith author, Paula Judith writer. I recommend author because people aren't going, they're not you have to think of in the mind of the reader, right? They're not going, you know, Googling Paula Judith, it's Judith, right? I'm like looking behind.
Yeah.
Oh, Paula Judith Johnson. There we go. Yeah. They're not looking at Paula Johnson, writer. They look up author. That's the word they use. So those are the words you want to use. That's the whole thing about SEOs. You want to get in the mind of your reader. You know, so like if they're looking for steamy, steamy firefighter romance, is that what they Google? Like steamy firefighter romance? If that's the case, like you need to be saying that all the time. Hashtag steamy firefighter romance. You know, like, hey, find, you know, you need to figure out what your readers are looking for, and then you need to be that. That is what SEO.
If we have to change that name, does it mean we have to get a brand new account and start over?
Nope.
So I can just change it from, because right now I didn't know what I was doing and I put romantic suspense author as my name. It doesn't.
Lots of authors do that. It's not a terrible thing, except for it looks like you're a genre. Because there are people on TikTok that post genres and they're not an author.
Okay.
So it does say author, but like there's also other people who have come together as like several romance authors come together and write and do a TikTok under one handle. It kind of looks like that. So SEO wise, it's good. Like you would come up on every single one. If you keep that as your handle, just make sure you change your name to be your author name.
Okay.
I kind of like it actually for your handle, but
Mine, can I ask a question? Mine is Vicky Hilton Romance. That's my handle and my name on my account. I also use that for my website.
perfect.
And also on Facebook, but it's not saying that I'm an author at all.
Romance is fine. Romance is fine. Yes.
It's kind of across all my platforms.
Yeah. No, if that's the same across your platforms, even better.
Awesome.
So
Okay.
here, like you're a romance author. Like people are like, they're not gonna think that you're like, hey, I got a romance. Like, they're gonna know you're a romance author.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
that's totally fine. And if they do Google you, they're probably Googling romance also because you have a fairly common name.
Yeah.
So you're good. You're good.
Cool. Thank you.
Anyone else have questions about this type of stuff?
You know, it was many years after I started writing that I realized Paula Judith Johnson is like a long handle. And I haven't figured out how to drop the Johnson, which was my maiden name.
Oh, you want to keep, you can't. Like you've had too many years writing under Paula Judith Johnson. You have that. You just have to think about it like that's your pen name.
Yes, it is my pen name.
Yeah, like it's nice because it's just like Paula Johnson. You're gonna get so many Paula Johnsons out there, but Paula Judith better, and Paula Judith Johnson, you're the only one.
Yeah. Okay. It's
Sorry, at the beginning. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
No, carry on, Paula. Sorry.
I think she was done.
I'm done.
Oh, okay. I was just reading, just thinking back at the start of the seminar you talked about, we all said, oh, you have to post every day. And you said, no, you don't.
You don't.
How often should we be posting?
So the more you put, okay, so like, this is how I look at it. Every post is a potential.
Yep.
Every quality post is a potential. So the more you post, just statistically, the more potential you have to go bigger. But just the pure fact that you're posting every day will not give you more views. TikTok won't show your stuff more because of it. And some people believe that they actually show it less the more
Right.
systematic you are, because TikTok's like, oh, we've got them. We don't have to show their stuff because this has become a habit for them. And when you feel the pressure to post every day, most of the time the quality goes down. Not always. Some people are amazing at it, but most people, it is not the easiest thing for them. So that pressure makes it so that they just get it out there. It's like, I'm just going to check it off my list. I'm not going to worry about it, and I would much rather you put some real thought and effort into putting some really good content out there and post every other day or twice a week or something like that, than to post more often and not have the quality behind
So,
it.
Yeah.
so a friend of
Okay.
mine who
How
posts on,
often-
Sorry, too many things. Couldn't hear all.
no, I have a friend who has she has grown her TikTok tremendously. In what she does is she will set aside a few hours once a week, plan out everything, and do all of her videos right then, and then bleed
Okay,
them
so
in.
I'm going to say this. If she has a large following that was following her before June, do not consider what she does is what you need to do. Because she got so what TikTok used to do, because TikTok didn't have enough content for the longest time. So it would run out of content. They were trying to encourage people to do content. And so they would show your stuff to everyone. Didn't matter. They didn't care if they thought that someone would like it. You got such random stuff happening on TikTok. That's not the case anymore. They learn pretty dang quickly who they think that you, and this is why it's so important when you start, don't go follow a bunch of authors. Please do not do that. Do not go,
Yes.
do not follow at all authors outside of your genre. Do not do it. Go get a second account, have that be your author account, do whatever you want with it. I have 3 accounts. I have my marketing one that I only do TikTok marketing for authors. I have my website one that is, for this venture. So it's not really even me, right? I'm running it, but it's like a business with a partner and stuff like that. And then I have the third one is my research one. And I have it, it's not even my name. It doesn't have my picture. No one knows it's me. And that's where I go creep on everyone. I go and I figure out the trends. I crazy content that I just get stumbled down the TikTok. I started pimple popping videos the other day. I stumbled on one now that's my entire feed, which I did it with my author marketing one, which was stupid. I should have just stopped right then, but I didn't. So now I'm gonna have to go and train that out of there. But it's so I have a friend. She does elaborate Halloween type makeup, right? She does it year round and it's beautiful. And she has wigs that she does with every single one, has a different wig that she does. And all the stuff, right? And I, after watching quite a few of her videos with my author marketing one, not thinking about it, started getting all these wig videos. I was in Wig Talk and I had to every time any wig video came up, I had to just be no, because I had to teach TikTok. I did not want to be in Wig Talk. This is a business. Yeah. This is your business account. You have to treat it like a business. If you want to have a fun account, go have a fun account. But don't think that you can have fun with your business account and not have it affect your business.
Lisa, how long do the videos stay on? Do they are they only up for 24 hours? Or do they, how Facebook continually runs things? Is it like that?
Yeah, if you're continuing to get, so what we think, TikTok is enigma, and anyone who tells you that they have it all figured out is lying. They do not. No one has it figured out. But so what we think happens is just from user experience, right? You jump on a trend, you've hit a trend, you get one of your attraction posts that goes a little wild, right? It could be, I'm not gonna say it can't be one of your nurture or connection posts, but most of the time it's gonna be your attraction posts. So those are what go wild and get you the more views. So you do that, and then TikTok, you'll see, will start, like if you like that someone's post that's obviously doing well, they'll put another one that's similar. So it's going to be the same sound, or another one from that same creator or something like that. They're going to try and see, why did they like this? Or why did they follow this? Like they're going to try and figure it out right then. So if they're going through their For You, they'll do another one with that trend, that sound. If they listen to that, then they'll do another one with that sound, or they'll put another one of that creator up, or, you know, and then, so you'll see like people like hit several of your videos, and that's because TikTok is doing that. So you do get views along the way. I have people, I don't know if they're finding them in themselves, but some like my earliest videos are pretty bad because I didn't know what I was doing. And I was like, how do I do this with Canva? I don't know, like, and not show my face and stuff. And they're pretty bad. And it's like, I don't even care. Like they're still around like 300 views. And, you know, they're months old when I was just trying to like kind of figure things out a little bit. And I put a couple of videos up to so I didn't look like a bot account with nothing on it, you know?
When you see one of your posts has, like last night I noticed one of mine got 800, and it was one of the very first ones I did. Should you recycle that back in later on? Because it got such huge engagement.
Always like, so here's like, if something works, figure like use the sound again, use a similar style again, try it, like figure it, like it doesn't hurt. The thing about TikTok is like there's a lot, you're going to go wrong more than you're going to go right, but it doesn't really hurt you to go wrong.
Yeah,
it really doesn't. Like I feel like every right step is a step forward, but every wrong step isn't really a step back, unless you like really do go really wrong and just like start posting horse stuff. Like don't do that.
Okay,
but,
so
you know,
what I'm not understanding, I understand the 3 different types of posts, but what I'm not understanding is the content, the actual content that is being posted. I mean, okay, so I like historical romance, specifically early 1800s in the USA. War of 1812 is my preferred time period. But I don't think I want to be posting stuff about the War of 1812. I mean, that's just incidental to romance, you know.
You absolutely do not want to do that.
So, I mean, are you talking about reading?
So my feeling is that an author needs to show up in front of camera, and for their connection post, they need to be talking to the camera. And not talking to other authors, but talking to the reader. So any question that an author asks or a reader asks you is the perfect thing to talk about on TikTok. So you're talking about your genre. Like you can talk about, okay, like, so, you know, something that's really important to me is to get the dress right when I'm creating characters. So many people, they get sloppy about this. They'll, you know, like it is important to me. And you can talk about the research you do. You don't have to go into super detail, you know, but enough to people like, oh, that's interesting. I never thought about that. That's what you want to get out of a reader. Oh, that's interesting. I kind of like that. And like you're talking to a 4th grader. Don't assume your readers have any sort of understanding. They don't know what a trope is. They don't know what a ARC reader is, or a beta reader, or don't use any of those terms unless you explain them, because you're talking to a 4th grader. That's how you become personable. That's how you become, don't talk down to people, but you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I know.
Make it
no jargon.
No jargon, but also like, what would a 4th grader want to hear about textiles and like you know, things like that. Not necessarily, but like you can talk about like, hey, so the cut changed at this point because of this reason. And so, you know, like those type of things, little like little truth nuggets or something like that, like little tips.
Like the boo-boo I made when I was doing a 1809 dress for myself, and it said to cut so many panels and gather them around, which I did using 45-inch material. However, back then, the widest material they had was 36 inches and a lot of it was 24 inches, made a huge difference on how many gathers and how full it was. I mean,
and that's exactly what to say. I wouldn't go into too much detail with it, but if you can figure, like you guys are writers, right? Write yourself a script.
Yeah.
Write yourself a script. Here's the thing. When you're recording, do you know what does the best? To record one sentence at a time on purpose. One sentence at a time, and you change your background, you like change the way that keeps interest happening. You like write yourself a script, make it fun, make it chatty, like be you, but you on stage.
And relevant to what you're actually trying to peddle.
What was that? I'm sorry?
I said, and keep it relevant to what you're actually trying to peddle.
Absolutely. So
yeah. It's kind of like a newsletter, but you just got to get creative with it.
Yeah, keep it relevant to what your readers are going to.
Yeah.
So like if you know your readers are moms and you are a mom, like there was this author, I thought she did an amazing job. She got on to TikTok and she's like, let me tell you a story. So once there was an author who thought she could write during the summer and then her children were home and and she just was like, she was talking like 500 miles a minute. And that's the story of and she just kind of like, and it was like 20 seconds long. And she told this whole story, and she knows her readers are moms, and they, even though they're not writers, they totally like, oh my goodness, you know, they related to that. So you can, the question in your mind is does this help my reader connect with me or understand why they should follow me?
Yeah. My problem has been, since I write in real world stuff, i.e. wildland firefighting, fire is all over the western part of the United States. I mean, it's just crazy. And people read romance to escape from real life. And I'm caught in this vortex of, well, if I want to provide content, like, did you remove your 15 feet of fire?
No, don't do that.
I know. I get that engagement on Facebook.
Sexy firefighters. Sexy firefighters. Okay. That's what you are doing. Sexy firefighters. That is it. And just look up sexy firefighters. Stitch with the sexy firefighters.
Yeah.
It'd be fine.
Yeah. As long as they're romancers. The real live firefighters just kind of wrinkle their nose.
That's why I said sexy firefighters. There's a whole genre of TikTok that is men being thirst traps for women.
Being what?
Thirst traps. Sexy.
Oh.
Yeah. Like there's like, and they are, let's just say they are. And you can bitch with them. And they'll do something where like they might be coming in all gross and then they'll like take their hat off and then like sexy. Like, you know, there's so much of that. Like
it's terrible, isn't it?
I don't know. It sounds like I should be on TikTok.
As a romance author, you have it easier than other genres on TikTok.
What is stitching? What's stitching?
So stitching is you take 5 seconds of someone else's video and then you have your own video afterwards.
Oh, okay.
So if you stitch with someone, you can stitch with them. I don't know. I've only done it a couple of times. I don't like stitching because you only get 5 seconds and it's like, not enough time. But sometimes people will stitch with me, and sometimes the sound is off. Like you have to like really play with it to make sure you know what you're doing, because I've seen a lot of bad stitches out there. So just be aware of that. Then again, like, how are you gonna learn, right? It's just like, you know, that's the thing, is like, it doesn't really matter if it's just not gonna help you. It's not gonna really hurt you. It's just not gonna help you. But if you stitch, so you have the ability to stitch and duet. So stitches are where you see just them for 5 seconds, and then it's your own video and you can do whatever you want with it. A duet is where you see a side by side, typically, or an up or down, or an inside the other. But like, typically you'll see a side by side where one person is reacting to someone else's video.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've seen both done with the sexy, and both are entertaining.
And you can use anyone's video to do that with?
So with your video, you can determine if it is like, when someone creates it, they will say if they allow stitches or duets. And if they allow it, then yes. The other
Oh, cool. Because I could do a lot with that. I've got a really expressive face, so I'm figuring I could probably do a lot with that.
There you go. There you go. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And can I just ask you another question?
Sure.
Do you tend to create your content using just your phone, or do you use like a laptop? What do you find easy to actually create the stuff?
When I'm doing my face to camera, which is pretty much all I do anymore on my author talking one, because I'm so busy. I'm lucky to get a post in a week right now. And so I do that on my phone. I just do the whole thing on my phone. Like, you don't, if you're doing face to camera, this is what TikTok is promoting right now. And this is what they want to become. So if it is like SEO related, and so it's like, think about any question that you get asked by an author, not by an author, by a reader.
My reader,
Specific to you and your genre. That is the type of thing you want to be answering, because those are the things that they go and Google. And I haven't seen it as much recently, but for a while there, like right around the time that TikTok made all these changes, they were showing up on the first page of Google in short results, when someone would say how to cook a chicken, right? Like, TikToks would come up to answer that. You know, like, I heard that they had an agreement with Google, but now I'm hearing that Google's like not liking TikTok as much. So I don't know, but for a while there, yeah.
Do you happen to know whether or not TikTok is prohibitive when it comes to discussion of any type of weaponry, the way Facebook is?
Any type of what?
Weaponry, such as, one of my biggest bugaboos is when somebody's writing in my time period and they do something really stupid, which anybody who's ever fired a flintlock or a cap lock knows doesn't exist, you know?
Okay. So if you're using, like, you'll notice if you're on TikTok, especially in author talk, people will call it unaliving people instead of killing them. They will say, like, they'll use, you can't use sex at all. You can't use anything that would, so people, like, stay on the cleaner side of sexy. Don't go too spicy with TikTok. You will get community violations really quickly. Lots of steamy authors do. So just leave things up to the imagination. That's why I'm like, it's so crazy, because they'll have songs out there that are almost like pornographic in nature, that are playing all over the place. But yet, if you try to put it, like, if you even flip through a book and it's very legible, that type of content, you'll get a community violation. It makes no sense, but you have to play the game. So I would say, like, you can like, you don't have to get, let me back up just a little bit. Author talk started from smut talk, basically. So a year or two ago, romance writers were putting like serious stuff on there. And that's really where a lot, like, there was the YA stuff and there was the smut talk stuff. And that's where a lot of authors kind of got their start, and the ones that have been on for a long time, and they have huge followings from it because it's provocative, right? Like, people are like, ooh, I don't know if I should like that. Like if anyone has just watched the Elvis movie that just came out with Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
Tom Hanks has a line in there that I think is genius, whoever wrote it. And it says that if you can get someone to feel something and they don't know if they should be feeling that you will hook them in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I was like, that is so true. That is so true. You become so memorable at that moment. And so author talk really was smut talk, a lot of it. And it still is to some extent. The romance does the best. But you have to be much cleaner now. You cannot, like, you have to be very, and like even trying to use different letters and stuff like that. So this is what I've been told. I heard it from someone who said they heard it from TikTok themselves. TikTok has, I'm sure they have a way to automate it, but supposedly every single video that goes out on TikTok has to be approved by a live person.
That's ridiculous. How can they do that?
I don't think that they're watching all of them. I think that they have AI that is pulling questionable stuff. But this is where the like craziness of like, well, sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't, because you've got a human error aspect of it. And it makes sense for that reason why things are inconsistent.
So I'm not sure that you answered my question about weaponry. Guns, knives, old
So
stuff.
weaponry, you can't say unalive, you can't say like knives. Like I wouldn't even be like shooting or knives, but like if you're talking about a certain brand, that's not like I don't think that's gonna be a problem. You know, like I would just be like if you talk about muskets, no one's gonna get all offended about that, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Just be careful about your words. You have a lot more, well, you're just going to play it by ear, honestly. I don't do that, so I can't tell you for certain.
Yeah, I mean,
I
personally think there's a lot of very interesting things about old weaponry, but you know, you try and post it and you get your.
I would not show pictures. That's what do not show pictures.
Yeah,
and
that makes sense.
And if you could say, you know, like battle scenes or, you know, like just don't get really like if you use words like kill.
You know, it's more a case of if you think that you can put a 12-inch long black powder flintlock pistol in your pocket, you're crazy. Your pocket probably
perfect.
You know,
I do not think that TikTok is going to pull you up on that one because you didn't say anything provocative, right?
Yeah.
They don't like, they have had a lot of accusations of like almost abuse of minors because of their content. And so anything that could be construed as something that might be, fall into that type of a thing.
Yeah.
That is where so like that's the killing, anything like one person said I got a community violation. I had a 1 second image of a bloody knife. Hello? Like, yes, you did. Do you think that they're like, oh, if it was 2 seconds, you know, no, but 1 second's fine. No, like it doesn't matter. TikTok is smart and stupid. It's smart because it's intelligent. It's stupid because there's no rhyme or reason to it.
Lisa, recently I've been shown all these, I guess because I'm new, and Indie Support September, follow party. If you follow me, I'll follow you. So do we not do that? Should we not do that? No.
Go into them and follow all the readers in there.
Yeah, not the authors.
Not the authors. Like if you go look, it's all authors. It's all authors following each other.
Gosh, maybe I need to start over because all I have is
no. You can retrain. Don't worry about starting over. That's not a problem. Yeah, you can retrain. Like I said, I was in wig talk. I don't see any wigs now.
So
You
I
can-
can train the algorithm just to go reader, 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 reader.
Yes, so this is how you do that. This is my secret sauce. You go find the communities that your readers are hanging out in, and then you go participate in those communities and you go follow them first. The
Okay.
best way to get a follower is to follow them first.
Is that how we find the influencers? I don't even know who these influencers are that I'm supposed to be looking for.
Influencers are not going to care about you.
Okay.
Don't worry about influencers, worry about that. Okay, so who is your ideal reader? Women, 35 to 50?
Yep. That's my
Moms with
demographic.
older kids?
Yep.
All right, now you know what.
Coffee drinkers.
Coffee drinkers.
All my posts on Instagram about coffee drinking just get so many more comments and likes than anything else. It's crazy.
Yeah, so like make that part of your brand.
Yeah.
Some people will always do their videos putting their makeup on because they become more like do it making your morning cup of coffee.
Yeah, exactly. Trying different blends, la 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 la.
Don't get too down and you'll get into coffee talk.
Yeah, that's it. Ugh.
But have coffee not be the
Present.
star,
Mm.
but be the theme of it. If you see,
Yeah. Because I do drink way too much.
Someone was telling me, I went coffee. Someone said coffee and I was like, coffee.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, you like Gilmore Girls. I was like, I do like Gilmore Girls.
2 cups a day. I whip my own whipping cream and put chocolate in it, extra dark chocolate in it, so I can have
Oh.
my chocolate whipping
Guaranteed.
cream.
Just talk to camera while you're doing that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't tell them what you're doing.
Yeah.
Talk to camera while you are doing that. People are going to be like, what are you putting in your coffee? I want to get it. You will get comments galore about it. And that's exactly what you want.
Okay.
You know, I posted a random one about my puppy and that thing racked up like
Oh, yeah.
400 likes. I'm like, my puppy.
Yeah. Dogs of authors.
Yeah. Be careful. Because it still needs to show that you're an author, right?
Yeah.
Like you can't get down puppy talk. But I had an author who was like, I just commented, what did she do? She was like using her dog in a trending sound. Like, because most of the time, like it's you talking to you, but you're playing 2 different roles within it. But she was using her dog. It was super cute. And she still made it authoring.
Yeah.
That's what I tell people. Like, do
Yeah.
the trending sound, but make it
Just gotta
authoring.
think of it.
I did a video that I'm going down a zip line. I was at a friend's house and they have a zip line for the kids in the backyard. So I went down the zip line and then I put a text over and saying me running away from my edits. And that got and that got over 1,000 views.
Look,
Yeah.
every single one of us smiled when you said that.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
Why?
great.
It
But
became
and readers understand that if you're a real reader, if you like one of those hard eye readers, especially in romance, they know what running away from edits is because a lot of authors complain about that,
that's
and
you can
blurbs, that.
careful about using
Yeah,
blurbs
the
too much.
terms, yeah.
The term is not something that every reader is going to know what a blurb is. You can say the content for the back, my blurb, the content for the back of my book, like my book description, blurb, like just give people context of what that means because you would be
I get it.
surprised. Huh?
I get what you mean because a lot of people might not know it.
They just don't know. If they don't know the word, they don't want to feel stupid. When people feel
True.
stupid, they don't,
I think everybody watching the video was just waiting to see if I would crash at the end. That's my theory.
Watch time is super important. If you can get
Yeah.
people to stay through the length of your video,
Yes.
that is one of the key indicators of success in TikTok's book.
I agree.
So, and that is one thing we do know for certain. I honestly don't think TikTok cares a ton about how many people like it and how many people comment. It helps, but it's not the huge metric it is on other platforms. The shares and then the follows.
Jumping what you're saying, do you think they're making shorter videos would be helpful, because then the person is watching now 5 seconds, if that's all your video is, as opposed to 15 seconds.
Those are your attraction posts, and yes, they work. But if that's all you're doing, so here's the thing, like, I've had so many people go, I went viral for this crazy thing, right? It wasn't really book related. I went viral, I got 2,000 new people, and none of them are readers. Oh, especially, this is what you have to be very careful with as a steamy writer. You will get men following you.
Oh, yes.
And that is the kiss of death. All these men following your account if you're too sexy in it. Not you. I don't think any of you guys are going to be, but if you're posting too sexy of like images and things like that, you'll get men following you, and that does no one any good. So
you use pinned do you pin stuff to your posts on TikTok?
I do not currently, because I'm not selling anything right now. So if I were to sell something, like, this is what I tell my authors, like, okay, so you're gonna find TikTok does a lot to make it so people don't know how to find your content. Like, I've had writers who are like, I am responding to every single person's comment who's like, what is the name of your book? And no one can see it. No one sees my comments. TikTok somehow knows that type of thing. They, like, that's why I always recommend to an author that the first pinned video they have is them saying, this is how to buy my books. This is how to buy my books. And so people can go and find that information and know. And then in it, you can say, okay, this is my first book in this series. This is what it goes, I would go through the whole thing. And yeah, it's going to be only the diehards are going to read it or watch the whole thing, but that's okay. They can find it at least, especially if you don't have 1,000 and you don't have a link. And honestly, I don't think you should link to Amazon.
Okay.
You should link to build your email list, because every social media platform is only good until they start making money. As soon as they start making money, they don't care about you at all.
That's right.
Yeah.
So you need to get those people's information.
Okay. I was putting my book trailer. I had a book trailer for TikTok that I had made, and I've been pinning that, and it's gotten a ton of views, but I wasn't sure if I should.
That's good. Here's the thing though, like, are you only posting information about that book?
Yeah.
Okay, well then perfect. If that's the only thing you're posting, but if you're posting about multiple books and things like that, people need to know how to get that information.
Okay.
So.
Wow, this has really helped a lot. Oh gosh, Lisa, thank you.
All right.
Yeah.
Any last questions? If not, we'll wrap it up.
No, but thank you. Yeah, it's quite an overwhelming thing to get your head around, and yeah, you've cleared some mud.
So
Thank you.
my last
share your handle, so I found one of your accounts. I followed you, but share the other one so we can find you again.
just Lisa Kempton, Lisa_Kempton.
Okay.
That's going to be the one you want to follow. The other one is secret.
All right.
So before you go, give us a pitch. You said that you help authors
I'm
with
not
TikTok.
selling anything right now. So like, if you want to pay me to get more information, you can. No, I will be. I have ideas of creating like courses and stuff about TikToks. Right now, though, I am in the engagement phase of my career.
So you're not taking on clients and handling their TikTok for them.
No, I do not want to do that. No, that is not something. No, I am going to be doing some courses and different things like that in the future. Right now, I'm just trying to help authors.
Okay. When you have any of those available, please post them in Romance Dream Weavers.
Yeah. And follow me on TikTok because
Done
you'll
it.
get
Yeah.
more information. But yeah, and like, tell me what you want. Like, that's the thing, is like, what will people pay for? I don't know. I do this because like I wanted to figure out TikTok for myself, because I knew I'd be starting this other account and I wanted to do it right. And so I dived into it, and now I'm like somewhat of an expert just because I came at the right time, is really what it is. I started in June, and I had to figure it out, and everyone was trying to figure it out at the same time because it drastically changed. And
A
so
bit like Instagram's changed now. That's been really noticeable.
Instagram is going to keep, Instagram is trying to be TikTok, and Instagram has a really poor leader at the helm right now. I'm talking about Mark Zuckerberg. He's not really the leader, but he is gutting Facebook and Instagram for his other projects, and it's showing.
I've noticed that.
So
TikTok wants to be YouTube, and Instagram wants to be TikTok, and
everyone wants to be TikTok.
Yeah, who does YouTube want to be?
TikTok. YouTube is always going to be YouTube because it has so many years of content, in-depth tutorial. Like, YouTube is always going to be YouTube, and it's owned by Google, so it's not going anywhere. And YouTube is not a social media platform.
Right.
We call it one, but it's not.
No.
And it's a search engine. Pinterest is a search engine also. So yeah, like.
Hey, Lisa, I have a question for you. Do you ever have or do in any of your travels on your webinars and things, discussions about heat levels in romance? I'm really want to dive into that a little more because I'm getting things from all ends of the spectrum. And I listened to Kay Lytics the other day about it, saying wholesome sells, no, erotica sells, no. And so
everything sells if it's well written and you find the right audience.
Okay.
Everything
about the steam.
No, it's like erotica is coming into its own right now because now it has lost the stigma of being smut. And so people, it's kind of like the sexual revolution, right? Like, people are owning their sexuality, and but that doesn't mean you have to write that, and that doesn't mean that everyone wants that. That is what most of TikTok talks about. So
yeah, I mean, a number of years ago, I was at an author fair, and a fellow author who wrote historical fiction with it was his idea was it has to be cleaning up for my young grandchildren to read, which is great. That's what he wanted to do. That's fine. And somebody asked him a question, and we were sharing a table, and he indicated me, and he says, "Oh, if you want smut, it's right here." That really offended me, because steamy romance of a number 3 degree of heat is not smut, but his perception, anything past a kiss was smut. If you talk about touching body parts, it was smut. And it's,
So here's the thing. This is not, you are not my audience, and I understand that. So I'm launching a website right now. It is called cleanauthors.com. It is to help people who want to read clean and to medium spice, to know what that is. So it actually has a rating system, and it has authors in it. That's why I'm just doing attraction marketing with authors. That's my goal, is to get them to know who I am, to know that I know what I'm talking about when it comes to marketing and things like that, and want to partner with me in this. This is an author-centric website. This is not BookBub. BookBub or other ones that are much more reader-centric. This is reader-centric too, but it's much more author-centric. Like, come and be a part of community with authors, get to know them, and know what the content is before you start the book. Because this is why I knew that the medium spices are in this, like, There's no one out there defining what medium spice is. There's no one out there defining what clean is. And I had a very hard time embracing the name of clean authors because there are so many that get self-righteous with the term clean. And I look at it as a marketing. And I keep telling people, if you come up with another term that means clean, that works for all genres, I'm happy to embrace that term. But right now, for marketing, clean is what people use to mean not super spicy, but also not, sorry, got a comment. Hey, I'm still on my call. I know. It was supposed to be an hour. Okay, you got me talking about TikTok. I know. Okay, I'll see you home. Love you. Bye. So I had to answer. He's like, what? It was supposed to be done in an hour. I'm like, I know.
Yeah.
You got me talking.
Well, we really appreciate your expertise in this, Lisa. Honest to God, thank you so much.
So what I was trying to say is the whole point of this is like, we are actually, I think we need a rating system like we do with, and ours goes up like, but maybe we should think about having additional forms, because if like, so what we have is basically a G, PG, PG-13 and a PG-16 is what it translates to. Because, you know, someone who's at 13 should not be reading the same things that a 16-year-old, but adults know that, you know, some of them want to keep in the PG-13, PG-16 type of, which I would say some of you probably write in that kind of genre.
Yeah. RWA had a 1 to 10 heat level, and then RWA switched it to 1 to 5. And so, but I quit RWA. So now I don't know what they're doing with the heat levels.
And I'm going to have to rethink my heat level, because I remember my first novel, a friend of mine told me that she wanted to buy it for her 16-year-old. And I said, I don't think some of the stuff in here is appropriate for a 16-year-old. And she said, I would probably learn things from my 16-year-old. So I sold her the book, but.
And this is the problem with it. There are some very mature 16-year-olds. There are other parents that would like to limit the exposure that their 16-year-old has. There are some women who love, I like a good steamy romance. I'm not gonna lie, I like a good steamy romance. I also like knowing ahead of time that I'm getting into that. Like sometimes, because I use audiobooks as like a way to sleep at night. Steamy romance does not help with that.
No, it doesn't.
It does the opposite, where I'm waking my husband up. Like, you know, so like, it's just a tool. But this is the conversation we need to have in all genres. How do we let readers know? And people are like, oh, well, you have content warnings. That's not the same thing.
No.
And
No.
that can give away a lot of a plot. So,
Well, and
That's true.
you know, some content warnings can actually work against you too. I'm under the impression that some venues will cut those out completely, or
I've heard that about Amazon.
or limit your exposure because of it. So
Yeah, because, well, and it's subjective too. Everything is
That's the problem. Yeah.
yeah.
So it is a conversation that we're having that we need to continue to have. We need to be supportive of one another as authors. I'm not an author, but I lump myself into it because I'm supporting authors. But, you know, like, it's only when we get in judgment of each other. And that's the only time. So this is going back to your thing about the smut, right? Like, we should not, you know, just because we are not the same doesn't mean that we judge one another.
Right.
And having a way to rate doesn't mean that if a bite, you know, it just gives more information for our readers, and that's what we need to be focused on.
Right.
I do think the levels of steam is a good way to do it, but it doesn't translate to other genres.
What was that website you're starting again, or do you want us to?
It's Clean Authors.
Oh,
Clean
Clean Authors. Okay.
Super easy to remember, which is why I was like, oh, okay, I have to embrace this term, because it does go again, like there are people who will use it as a stick that they hit someone else with, and I don't like that.
Well, I want to write for Hallmark, so I got, I got to get into that clean side of the house here and just.
Okay, so this is hilarious. I'm just throwing this out there. This isn't like important.
Okay, do you mind if I stop
you know,
the
I'm trying to
recording?
find- yeah, that's fine.